Atletico Madrid finished third this season, and they have just been grouped in the Club World Cup over in America, and their season has officially come to an end trophyless. And for the first time in his career, Julian Alvarez has also gone trophyless. He's won a trophy at every single club he's been at every single season until now. He ends his first season in his career trophyless. The last time Atletico Madrid actually won the league was actually the COVID year back in 2021 when they won it by just 2 points, coming out bested by Real Madrid by 2 points, 86 points to 84. They have finished in multiple times in that third position in the last 3 years. The last 3 out of the 4 years they finished in third. They finished fourth below that. And in fact, the win gap is from 13-14 to 2021. So in theoretics, they have a long time to go before they win the league title. We are going to jump in to make sure that doesn't happen. They obviously finish in third, which is Champions League football for them this season. We are going to now jump into that second season officially into this, I guess, really think it will be the first season on rebuild stakes, but we are just losing the live start points there. We're going to look to take this Atletico Madrid to be the best in the league and the best in Europe, trying to win the Champions League, where they actually have never won it. The last time they came close to winning it was in 2015 to 2016 when they came in second, but they haven't won it there. And in fact, 2 years they have came up runner-up in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, and then before that it was all the way in the 70s when they came up runners-up in the Champions League. So we're going to look to get them their first Champions League prize in this rebuild. If you are enjoying this, go and leave a like and subscribe. Let's try and get to 500 subs by the end of the year. If we do that giveaway by the end of the year, I will see y'all there. Let's go and jump straight into the rebuild now. Now, going into Season 2 here, this is a squad. They play a 4-4-2 default thing here. We're going to play that as long as we have Griezmann, and he's 34 years of age, so how much longer will we have him? Probably not that much longer, so we'll have him here now. Now, in real life, they had Lele, or whatever his name is, from Barcelona, the center back. They had him on loan. They actually made it permanent right before the Club World Cup. We're not, because he's awful on the game, so we're not going to bring him in. So we need a center back there. They are looking at possibly bringing in Andrew Robertson from Liverpool. That could be a real thing that could be happening in real life. In the game, not going to happen because he is old, but we possibly could bring in a left back there as well. Left mid, we have Riquelme and Lino that can obviously fight for competition there, and Simeone on the right-hand side who can grill. Llorente at right back. So priority for this first season is center back, and really that's it. Center back, that's priority number one. Everybody else there is just clear upgrade path. We have 105 million to spend in our second season here, where we look to win the league. And the first player we go ahead and bring in is Igor Zubiota. He comes in from Real Sociedad for 31.9 million. He fills in that center back role perfectly, and him and our other defensive line there alongside Lenormand, Llorente, and Javi Galán, at least at the moment, will be a key part to this team. Welcome to the squad. And we are going to go ahead and say goodbye to Saul. He is off to Newcastle United for 10.1 million. Don't really have a plan for him in the future, so we say goodbye to him. And we are going to go ahead and actually say hello to Andrew Robertson coming in from Liverpool. We're not buying him, though. He is simply just a loan deal for this season. I don't want to spend money on him for 1 to 2 seasons where he's good enough to be able to compete. So he's actually going to come in on loan and be still our first choice left back for this season to at least keep it somewhat realistic. But come next season, if there is a next season, we are going to look for somebody a little bit better. And I do have my eyes on in somebody better. But Andrew Robertson for now comes into Diego Simeone's team here at Atletico Madrid. Welcome to the squad. Also, something that did just happen with us, obviously bring in Robertson. We sell Javi Galán. He is off to Brentford for 18.9 mil. And we are going to take a massive punt with this here by bringing in Alex Baena in from Villarreal. The left mid 23-year-old little player is going to come into the squad here at 83 overall and replace not just Riquelme, Lino as well at left mid for 55 million. Alex Baena, welcome to Atletico Madrid. and hopefully, I've used him in FC24, I believe. I don't know if I've used him in FC25 yet, but he's a great little player to play with, and he's a great player to have on simulation. But that is most, if not all, of our budget left at the moment, so player sales coming through still slowly. We still have some improvements we want to make as well. And one of those players leaving is going to be Angel Correa off to Aston Villa. We get 36.3 million, trying to rack up as little or as much as we can from a player that is aging and it's not a part of this squad or part of the plans for this squad. So off he goes to Villa for 36 mil. And talking about Riquelme, or not Riquelme, but Lino is gone. He's off to Crystal Palace for 28 million. So there is that. We get all of our money back for the deal for Alex Baena already, and Lino is off to Crystal Palace. We also say goodbye to Thomas Lemar. He's off to Fiorentina for 20 million. So money is back in our bank, and improvements are still able to be done here before we get into the first season off and running. In the first of probably maybe multiple players we still have left to bring in is a midfield backup option for obviously our midfield. We bring in American Yunus Musa over from AC Milan. There's a small rumor about that possibly going on. Who knows if it'll fruition, but for now, Yunus Musa, welcome to the squad. And for his release clause of 18.3 million, we signed Jacob Kivior over from Arsenal to be a backup center back. So welcome to Atletico Madrid. Your job is simply to do what you did at Arsenal and sit on the bench. And when we need you, you can absolutely shine. And I think for now, that is what our team is going to look like. So Oblak stays in net at the moment. Llorente is joined now by Zubiota, Lenormand, and Andrew Robertson as a backline. The mid four is Baena, DePaul, Gallagher, and Simeone. So only one change in that. And then no change up front with Griezmann and Alvarez as our two striker partnerships. On the bench, we have Barrios, Yunus Musa. We have Sorloth, Riquelme, Kivior, Motivan, Molina, and Gizmieta. Obviously, there could be improvements still on the bench. We have a 59 rated player on the bench. We're going to put a 71 striker on there just for the looks. Well, let's see where we are in January. I am actually going to do contracts, and I'm going to make sure everybody doesn't have a release clause. Obviously, it is a thing that you need to have in La Liga is to have release clause. But for the sake of this rebuild, I'm going to make sure nobody has a release clause on here. So I'll see y'all in January or at the end of January at the end of our Champions League phase. And after just halfway through the first half of the season, we are sitting in third once again, this time 6 points behind league leaders Barcelona. We do have a game in hand, so that 6 points could become a 3-point gap there. We are in the, as far as the Super Copa did, we went ahead and lost to Real Madrid 5-3 on penalties in the semifinals there, so we couldn't win that one. It was an El Clasico affair there, which Barcelona won. Copa de España, we are in the quarterfinals of that after going into it the round of, was it the round of 32 when we joined? It was around 32. So we beat Girona in the round of 32. We beat Celta Vigo in the round of 16. And in the quarterfinals, we have Valencia, where both Real Madrid and Barcelona are out of the competition. So this is ours to win. We can pick up a first piece of silverware there. As far as the Champions League goes, we are in the playoff there. We sit in the playoffs, which means we finished in 10th. We actually finished in 10th. We was all for the top 8 by points in back-to-back or head-to-head or however they want to decide it. We are in the playoffs there, just barely, but we are in the playoffs of the Champions League where we'll be taking on Rangers. So that should be easy enough for us, hopefully. And let's see if it is easy enough for us. We'll go ahead and simulate through that, as well as this cup game against Valencia, in which hopefully, I believe Valencia is the hardest team we have left to go, as we lose 3-1 in our game in hand against Getafe. That's not off to a great start there. Valencia in the Copa de España, we will go ahead and pick up a 3-0 win. So that should be our tournament to win now. And the Champions League, the first leg here against Rangers in the playoffs is not the round 16. We lose 2-1 in the first leg. We could be out of the Champions League in the playoffs itself. Like here, we need a minimum 2-goal win here, and a minimum 2-goal win is what we will get. Was it 3-0 or 4-0 on the final day? It was a 4-0 win. We are into the next round, the round of 16 of the Champions League here. We have a massive game here against Barcelona. We're 11 points behind them. We need this win to stay ahead or stay alive in that title race. We do have SC Huesca in the Copa de España semifinals there. Is that a two-leg affair? No, it's not. It's a one-leg affair. Okay, so there. No, it is a two-leg affair. There's the second leg. I thought so. We have Juventus in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Let's see if we can beat them and get to the quarterfinals. And out the Champions League we go. A 2-1 loss and a 2-1 loss. We are out 4-2 on aggregate. We made it to the round of 16, but that's as far as we will make it there. We also lose to Real Madrid 3-1. We lose to Barcelona 2-1. So we might not even be top 4. We are top 4 still. This is turning into a top 4 race, not a top 5 or not a title race here. Barcelona have thrown it away though for Real Madrid. Real Madrid are now winning the league here. We are simply looking to finish in the top 4 and at least pick up silverware. At least we do have SC Huesca, which we win the first leg there. I will see y'all at the end of the season. We're hopefully with top 4 and hopefully a cup at least in our arms. As we lose 2-1 to Alvarez. Oh my God, we might not make top 4. Copa de España, we are your champions of that. We don't bottle that tournament, at least. It was given to us with Real Madrid and Barcelona both out of it after the quarterfinals, after the round of 16, in all honesty. And before the round of 16, they got knocked down in the round of 32, both of them. Real Betis beat Real Madrid, and then Barcelona lost to, who did Barcelona lose to? They lost to Udinese. We win the final. We beat Las Palmas 2-0 in that deal. We scraped by Huesca, though, and once again, for the fifth time, for the fourth time in the last 5 years, if you want to keep count, Atletico Madrid finished in third, where Real Madrid, once they took that control of the first spot, they kept with it, and they win the league here. They get back on top of the league there. So Atletico Madrid are your league winners. Not Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid are your league winners. Atletico Madrid are in third again. Top goal scorer is Julian Alvarez with 32. Griezmann is down to 83. We might try and cash in on him next season, in all honesty. Llorente had 14 goals. Our right back should not be having 14 goals. Alex Bayona in his first season had 8 goals. On to season, technically 3, but really season 2, where hopefully we can make some massive improvements. And we start season 2 off by bringing in the American left back Anthony Robertson. He will come into the squad, 28 years of age, 83 overall for $33 million. Welcome to Atletico Madrid. Welcome to your new life here in the club. Vamos. And so after the back end of that Anthony Robertson signing, we go ahead and sign a couple of free agent options, 2 of which have decent potential. The rest will possibly be loaned out and have a chance to fight for football if there is another season after this. Starting off with the best in Savio Romano. He comes in 18-year-old Italian, 6'0", straight up 6 feet, center back, 80 overall. Welcome to the squad. He could fight for starting lineup off the rip. We go ahead and bring Alexander Werner into the squad here, a German 6'1" goalkeeper, 75 overall. We are going to look to loan him out for the season, and if there's another season, a potential first team option for him, as Jan Albach is getting up there in age, 33 years of age. He is 88 overall, so there's still time for him to be great. But for now, Alexander Werner is going to come to the squad and be loaned out alongside Audits Bravo, who bring in 18-year-old right back that can play CM and CDM. If I'm not mistaken, this could straight up, no, I think Llorente is CDM CM. This could be a Llorente pre-gen. We bring in Christian Beaumont. It is a 70-year-old, 16-year-old that we bring in. We're going to loan him out. He probably doesn't have that big of a future. And then we bring in Jacob Richeter, who declined Al Nassr to come join Atletico Madrid, and he will be also loaned out as well. Antoine Griezmann has been sold off to Arsenal for $48.5 million. We cashed in while we can with him. That will shift our formation change for us. We will now go to a 4-3-3 with the center defensive mid. So we say goodbye to Antoine Griezmann. Julian Alvarez is now your sole and only striker in the squad. Alexander Sorloth has been loaned to Bayern Munich for the season. I didn't realize he's also up there in age. He's 30 years old. We're going to look for a decent striker to be a backup for him now, though. Rodrigo de Paul, Atletico Madrid, 38.6 million. And to replace Mr. Rodrigo de Paul in that lineup, we are going to go ahead and bring in a younger option in the name of Luka Sucic. He's going to come in from Real Sociedad, I believe, or is it Athletic Club? No, it is Real Sociedad. He comes in for 35 million flat. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to our midfield trio. And we are going to go ahead and bring in Eli Vahi to the squad to be a backup striker over from Frankfurt for 40.6 million. Welcome to the squad. And we go ahead and finally bring in him in. After third time is the charm. Johnny Cardoso joins the squad for 53.1 million. Our midfield is complete. And so this is our team. It's Alex Baena, Julian Alvarez, Simeone, Sucic, Cardoso, and Gallagher, Llorente, Zubieta, Romano, Robertson, and Oblak in net. Let's see what these boys can do. Hopefully a stronger campaign for this season. Halfway through the season, we are sitting in second, but we are 6 points behind Real Madrid at the moment. As far as the Super Copa, were we in the semifinals of this? We were. I don't know what, I mean, I'm assuming because we're in the Copa de España. I believe it's top 2 in the league and the finalist of the Copa de España. I believe that's how it goes because we beat Las Palmas. Yeah, I think that's how it is. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is we lost to Barcelona there, so we won't win that tournament again. It's another El Clasico, which I think Barcelona won this one again. Copa de España, we are not in the quarterfinals. We will not be able to defend our title as we lose to Deportivo Alvarez. We are out in the round of 16 where both Barcelona and Real Madrid are still in that tournament. The Champions League, we get to skip out on the top of the playoffs because we finished in the top 8. We finished 7th the time, 1 point better than last season. There's that. So we are into the round of 16 automatically there. We are 6 points behind Real Madrid in the league, and I will see y'all in March for the Champions League round of 16. And in the round of 16, we get AAK Athens, so that should be relatively easy for us. We did beat Barcelona. That's something I was worried about that. I kind of want to see where we're at in the league because we obviously want to win the league title and want to give them their first trophy in the Champions League. We are 4 points behind them, but they have a game in hand, so that is not good. We do have a game in hand against them at the end of this month, right? Yeah, so let's go and get into the round of 16 of this and hopefully move on to the quarterfinals. And a back-to-back 4-1 win. In fact, 3 4-1s win in a row. 2 in the Champions League, 1 in the league. We are into the quarterfinals of the Champo. Let's see who we get. Round of 16. No, not round of 16. It's the quarterfinals where we have Liverpool in the quarterfinals. Inter have PSG. Barcelona have Dortmund. Juventus have Villarreal. Let's see if we can get past Liverpool and get to the semis of the Champions League. And we get through Juventus. What am I talking about? We get through Liverpool 4-2 on aggregate, a 1-1 draw in the first leg, a 3-1 win at Anfield, and we are into the semifinals where you can see we are taking on Paris Saint-Germain, where the other semifinal is Barcelona versus Juventus. That's why I said that, because I already checked that. So let's get to that and let's see what we can do there. A 1-0 loss on opening day on the first leg, but followed by a 2-0 win in the second leg. We are into the Champions League final of the Champions League here, where we'll be taking on either Juventus or Barcelona in it. We will not win the league, but if we are to win the Champions League, and which actually no, we are, whether or not we win the Champions League, this will be the end of the rebuild here. I will maybe do one more season where we go all out, give ourselves like 500 million and see if we can win the league and everything else from next season. But we're in play the Champions League final here and hopefully pick up their first Champions League trophy. It's the Champions League final. It's an all-Spanish affair here. Atletico Madrid versus FC Barcelona. Let's see what these boys can do here at the Champions League final. Sucic loses the ball instantly. Robert Lewandowski into Georgino Rutter, and Georgino Rutter has a shot saved by All Black to start off this first half in the first game of the season. Sucic into Johnny Cardoso into Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez gets blocked off, but Sucic will win it back, and Sucic's first touch is awful. Lamine Yamal gets past Anthony Robertson with ease. We have to shut Lamine Yamal down. That's not the best of passes. Lamine Yamal for Barcelona into Rutter. Rutter intercepted by Zubiota. My fault for Lamine Yamal. Zubiota wins it back, and now into Alex Baena. Can he switch the field over for Simeone? Simeone, that's a great touch. I mean, we're not ever going to get past Araujo in the box, so Simeone is going to take it. Simeone's shot is saved, and it might fall out for a throw-in if Koundé does not keep it in, which he doesn't. Alex Baena, Sucic, Gallagher. Out wide for Alex Baena. Baena, Gallagher can't get a shot off. Gallagher. Simeone, it's a 3-on-2 here. He'll find Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez into space for Baena. And Ter Stegen spills it, but obviously effectively made the save at the final hurdle there. Robert Lewandowski is over the top. Robert Lewandowski. Johnny Cardoso. Gallagher over the top for Simeone. Can he keep that in play? It is a little bit ahead of him. He will. Back post for Alex Baena. He will be able to control it down. Alex Baena now in for Sucic. Sucic into Julian. Julian Alvarez now. He will get a strike off. It's saved. Will he get his own rebound? He will, but that's saved as well and will be cleared by Jerry Martin. And Atletico Madrid slowly starting to wake up here. It's been majority Barcelona. Majority Barcelona, but other than that, it hasn't really been anyone. Julian Alvarez in for Sucic. That's a great ball in for Julian Alvarez, and Sucic to take the lead in the 43rd. Atletico Madrid against the run of play completely will take the lead here in the final. It's 1-0. Barcelona looking to equalize right before the break. Ansu Fati down the left-hand side, and Ansu Fati is in behind. And Ansu Fati now saved by All Black. They will get the corner. There was no added time. This is purely off the referee not blowing his whistle. And the corner will come in. Lewandowski to win it. No, Rutter will win it. It's saved. It's cleared off the line by Julian Alvarez. And it'll be halftime. 1-0 to Atletico Madrid here. 45 minutes away until we are your Champions League winners. Oh, we're at the Bernabeu. I think they just said I think we are at the Bernabeu. So this is literally an all-Spanish final in both Spanish rivals' stadium. That is absurd. So really, this is a home game for Atletico Madrid because we're not far away from the Bernabeu compared to Barcelona, but 45 minutes away from being Champions League winners against rivals Barcelona and rivals home ground, the Real Madrid Bernabeu. Romano, who starts this game at center back, plays a beautiful ball, but Koundé did well to block off Baena. Ansu Fati is coming off. I'm assuming for Ferran Torres it is. Lamine Yamal now. Lamine Yamal. Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski. Pedri. Intercepted by Zubiota. Julian Alvarez now, and the counterattack could be on here. Julian Alvarez out wide for Simeone, and Simeone now. Why did Baena stop? Jerry Martin did well there to get back. Phone call interrupted, and thankfully somebody was offside. It saved me there. Llorente, Johnny Cardoso, Conor Gallagher intercepted. And Robertson will win the ball back off of Lamine Yamal, and Alex Baena now. Can he? That was the most annoying pass ever. How did that happen? I feel like, did they update Lamine Yamal? Did he ever have blonde hair? Oh, what a save by Alba. Did Lamine Yamal ever have blonde hair, or is that just a bug? Cross comes in, and Robertson had to win the header, and he does. And now Sucic could lead a counterattack, and Julian Alvarez was offside, and I couldn't cancel it in time. Pedri, cross comes in from Koundé, and Zubiota will deal with it. They are running out of time. They are getting desperate out here, and Julian Alvarez is going to receive the pass somehow. Julian Alvarez out wide for Bayana, and Alex Bayana now. He's going to cut inside. Alex Bayana curls it and hits the crossbar. Julian Alvarez will get the ball out wide. He'll find Simeone. Simeone will cut past Araujo. Simeone across the face of the net and saved by Ter Stegen. Lenormand's going to come on at center back. Molina's going to come on at right back. Lorente is technically going to go up to CDM for Johnny Cardoso. And we bring on Yunus Musa in the midfield for someone else. I forgot who else. Whoever my other center midfielder was, we bring him on. Not Sucic, but the other one. I think it actually is Sucic. Yeah, it is Sucic. And here is Zubiota now making the attack from center back. And Zubiota wants to call game. He will not. Araujo will win the ball back. And now we are one man short in the defense. But Baena interception. Gallagher will find Simeone. Simeone over the top. Deflected. Musa, Julian Alvarez into Alex Bayana, and Baena now on the ball in towards Alvarez. And Alvarez, he tried to pass it instead of shoot it, but that could be game over. They're not really keeping control. They're going to play it up the field. And Alex Bayana now on the ball. He's going to cross it in, and Gallagher is running. His header can't connect. Musa will get it back in the midfield. Simeone will have a crack at it, and that is saved, and that is game over. We are your Champions League winners, interrupted by a phone call again, but a 1-0 win. We win the Champions League for the first time in Atletico Madrid's history. Vamos! Let's go and lift that trophy.
Well, just look at the emotions out there. Sure of, they'll find some energy when they get their hands on the trophy.
Luka Sucic's goal was a one to seal the deal in the 43rd minute, which was against the run to play completely in that first half. It was an even second half, but majority possession for us. And Jan Oblak, who if we would have continued on to next season, we possibly would have looked at somewhere else for a different goalkeeper, seeing he was getting up in age. Jan Oblak lifts that Champions League trophy, and Atletico Madrid are your Champions League winners for the first time. We are going to do one season simulation to see if they can win the league title. We're going to give ourselves roughly $500 million and see if they can win the league title. Now, we signed one player this season coming into it. We signed Pau Cubarsí, who's obviously a Barcelona player IRL. We bought him from Arsenal this season. He comes in. He is swapped with Zubiota, I believe. Yes, Zubiota. He comes into the squad. And at the end of the season, we win the league title off of, I'm assuming head-to-head is what La Liga does it, because we tied on points with Real Sociedad, both on 83 points. Real Madrid was on 82 points. We win the league. I quite literally bought Cubarsí, got to the preseason tournament, saved it just in case it crashed, and simmed all the way to the end. And this is how it is. We win the league title. We are your Premier League. We are your La Liga winners. Copa, we go ahead and lose that one. We finally get to the final of it, but we lose it to Real Madrid. The Copa de España, we do actually win that one. I quite literally had no idea what's going on. I do know one thing, though. We win the Copa de España 4-1 against Real Sociedad, and then the Champions League, obviously, we took on Barcelona last season in the Champions League final. This time, we take on and get back to the Champions League final back-to-back years. We take on Real Madrid, and we beat them on penalties 4-3. So we beat Barcelona at Real Madrid's home ground last season. This time, we beat Real Madrid. Don't know where it was, but we beat Real Madrid this season. So we take down both of our Spanish rivals back-to-back seasons in the Champions League. But more importantly, I guess that's technically a treble for us. It is a treble for us. More importantly, we win the league title. I will see y'all on Friday for another rebuild. Just want to do a one-season rebuild, or one more season, see if we can win that. I will see y'all on Friday for another rebuild. Check out the other channels, Forbes Gaming and Forbes Plays, for more content. Until then, peace out.